Pretty good. Pretty good. I had some ups and downs in training coming into here, so to be able to match what I've been doing the rest of the season is pretty good.
Yeah. What can you go into detail about that a little bit? I know right before Mesa you said it was like the best couple weeks or month.
Yeah. The week before the week of Mesa was just phenomenal. Just really crushed it. Probably tired myself out a little bit, which is why that 400 was a little slower than normal. Really surprised myself with the best time the next day with that 1500. It was pretty cool. The week after Mesa, I sprained my ankle doing some dryland stuff. Had to do like 2 weeks of like rehab, no kick, all pull, just trying to fix things. And then I wanted to rest for this meet, so I started coming down, and then I got sick. Still getting over it. I am, and so the rest and the illness kind of balanced out, which is probably why I'm about neutral with the times so far. I mean, another best time in the 1500, which is awesome. So I'll keep building off that. Looking forward to a good 800 tomorrow.
Why did you want to rest for this meet?
It's a real easy 1 hour drive. I've got my car here. You know, I can park on the campus. No travel, which is pretty easy. And it's a good time of the season. You know, it's hard to go from a December taper to an August taper that long. I know I'm not tapering in the middle of the season, but it's nice to be able to get a little rest, come down, and not just grind for like 9 months.
Yeah, but you didn't shave.
No shave, and like it's maybe not even close, maybe a half taper. You know, it's a little rest. The volume stays the same. It's just we'll bring down the intensity a little bit so we feel a little more fresh.
How have you embraced your new role as kind of the #1 guy in the mile? Is it best time in that 1500?
I like it. I've been really focusing hard this whole season, even starting back in the fall with that 1650. I've been working really hard on the endurance stuff and seeing how it's really paying off. It's really going with the best time, kind of the training there. I'm really happy with that, and I'm really looking forward to a huge drop with the taper at the end of the season. And I've been racing the mile for over a decade now. You know, I know how to do it. So, you know, I don't mind if people want to throw that on my shoulder and say I'm the guy.
Do you like the 1500 or the 800, or which 400, or which event do you like the best?
I'd still stick with the 400. I've got that one down. I know how to race that, and I'm still really fine-tuning that. The 1500 and the 800 are still kind of open. I'm negative splitting my races, which is unusual for me in that. It shows the work is paying off. But so I still got some work to do with race strategy and how to get out fast for those ones, but it's coming along.
Do you train with Marwan? How is that?
Phenomenal. I mean, it's great. All of us are bouncing around a little different. You know, we got Zach and Blake doing a little more sprint-oriented stuff. Marwan's in the middle. I'm doing a lot more long-distance stuff. But at least 2, maybe 3 times a week, we all come together for sets, and it's horrible. trying to have a good workout because someone's always on, and it's ruthless. You know, but I know it's funny, like coming into a meet like this, it's like me and Blake in 200 free, me and Marwan the 400, we'll probably battle it out again in the 800 free, you know. It's funny knowing race strategy and stuff like that, but it's knowing that like, hey, we do this every day. It ain't no different coming into a big meet.
What are some of those sets like, where you guys all come together?
Blake was talking about one, I think yesterday. We had a really good one, and we usually do 200 free pace stuff on Saturdays, pretty standard. And we line up our freestylers all going first, you know, like Blake said, Blake, me, Zach, Mohammed, Marwan, Vinny Lanza get in there, and it's just, we fill up all the lanes, and we just, like I said, if anyone's having a good day, we throw them in the middle, and we all try and chase them, so it's really good work.
Never put suits on or anything?
No, we don't usually suit up on Saturday. It changes throughout the season. You know, I don't plan it out. I let the coaches do what they want to do. If they tell us to suit, we'll throw the suits on, but, you know, usually the work comes without it.
What's the longest set you've done, or practice, or?
Longest?
Yeah, at IU.
Well, Wednesdays are our distance practices. Like definitely our miler people have our own workout separate. We call it challenge set, and those are easily 5,000 to 6,000 yards a piece. We're just now starting to get into long course challenge sets, so those will probably stay around 5,000 or 6,000 meters. Practices will stay around 9,000 to 10,000 on those days, but I mean, any workout any week for those Wednesdays will be about 6,000, so that's about as long as we'll go.
Do you prefer long course or short course?
That's a really broad question. You know, racing, It depends, you know, with the sprints, the distances. I've got no power off the walls to keep up with guys like Blake at 129 and a 200-yard freestyle. So as far as like 200, 500, 400 kind of stuff, I prefer the long course stuff. But once we get to the longer stuff, you know, I've got good turns as far as the distance swimmers go, so I prefer the short course for that. Training-wise, I've made the transition real easily to long course because obviously the NCAA guys are taking their time jumping into a new season kind of thing. But I made the transition really well and jumped right on that. So I like the transition. You always hate it when you make the switching all your sets to long course. But once you get into it, you're like, okay, now we're rolling and I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Do you think your success in December? Do you think that kind of lit a fire under all the college guys and saying, if he can go that fast, then we can have a good meet too?
I figured it would open the door. You know, kind of like the 4-minute mile on the track. You know, I figured a few guys would see that and be like, all right, if Zane can do that, I can do that. So I expected NCAAs to be a little bit faster for those distance races, but I know that people aren't looking at me thinking, oh, Zane's so much better than me kind of thing. They're thinking, if he can do it, I can do it. And I hope that door is open for more people to come busting down those times. And I know it's motivating me to try and stay ahead.
Good. Thanks, Zane.